Hola, amigos, and welcome to Spain Impossible. I am your host, Jim, and today I am talking about 5 things that I had to unlearn to lose more than 55 pounds, and I'm still going strong. I lost 4 pounds last week, and the weight is just continuing to come off, and this has never, ever been any kind of an easier plan I've ever followed when I've tried to lose weight before. I am now in my 230s, firmly in my 230s, as a matter of fact, and I haven't been in my 230s since I was 21 years old. I am 53 now, and you're going to want to stay around to the end because the 5th thing that I'm going to talk about today, the very last one, is the most important thing that I had to unlearn. So let's jump right in. Number 1 is being fat is just a fact of life. You know, that old myth that some of us have these genes, some of us, react differently. We just carry weight. We do this, we do that. All the excuses that we tell ourselves when we can't seem to lose the weight. I have dieted almost every year since I was in my teens, and none of them worked. I struggled with hunger and cravings and just not being able to stick to a diet, plateauing. I'd lose 20, 25 pounds and then just boom. Even if I was sticking to the diet, I couldn't lose another damn pound to save my life. So I had to unlearn that being fat is just a fact of life, because there were so many times when a diet would fail. I would fail. I didn't have the right information, and I would just start to put the weight back on, that I was just like, oh, well, being fat is just a fact of life. For me. Maybe it's a gland thing. Maybe I've got some sort of autoimmune disorder that, nobody's discovered yet, or whatever it was, that I kept thinking that, oh, well, I guess I'm just doomed to be fat. So hopefully, if you feel like that, you'll start to understand by watching my videos that that's not the case. So number 2 was kind of ingrained into me when I was young, that exercise pretty much only counts when you're like sweating and killing yourself and, huffing and puffing and, driving as hard as you can for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, because you need to burn off, that 2,000 calorie pizza you're going to celebrate with after you've done this workout. And that's just not true. And I learned that this year. I'm walking. I literally, that is 90% of the exercise that I do. And the weight continues to fall off. I am walking. Now, I'm not taking a stroll, but I'm not race walking either. I mean, I started off slow. Now I'm, getting faster at walking, and I'm walking at a decent, quick pace, I guess you would call it. But I'm not sweating and killing myself and lifting weights and doing high intensity interval training and doing 2 hours of cardio, which I've done in my life when I was trying to lose weight. And guess what? It didn't work. But walking works. And it's where anyone can start. Walk 5 minutes from your house and 5 minutes back, and then improve on that day after day. Maybe don't start with every day in the beginning. Maybe start with 3 days a week in the beginning, and then work yourself up to 4 days a week and 5 days a week, and keep stretching that distance a little more and a little more till you're walking 30 minutes 7 days a week. Pretty simple. No gym membership required. No weights required. No nothing required. Just some shoes. And, the little things at the end of your legs. I think they call them feet. And it's a whole host of other benefits. My stability is better. My arthritic knees are 100% better. I can now go up and down the stairs the way I used to, whereas, you know, up until a couple of months ago, I was having to take, one step at a time, step up with the right leg and then step up to that same step with the left leg. Now I can just up the stairs and down the stairs. And it's amazing because my knees were so bad that I always said, "Oh, I can't walk. I can't do anything that's got any kind of an impact. I'll try swimming. I'll try this. I'll try that." Which there's some things that you should know about swimming, but that's another video. Not that it's not good exercise. It can just cause you to eat more calories after you're done swimming, whereas walking doesn't typically do that to you. So let's move on to number 3, because as usual, my videos are dragging on long. So number 3 is that you can't be addicted to food. Now, I've researched food and what's all these different things for a long time, trying to figure out, crack the code and create a healthy diet that I could live with and thrive with for 25, 30 years. And I still believed up to a certain point, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, that you couldn't be addicted to food. Well, the truth is food, particularly sugar and some of the additives that they put in food nowadays, it triggers the same sensors, the same regions in your brain as cocaine does and heroin. Well, you can be addicted to those things. So why couldn't you be addicted to something that you eat that gives your brain that kind of hit? And I learned about the bliss point. The bliss point is what food scientists do to put the correct ratio of fat, sugar, and salt into an ultra processed food to make you crave it, to make you eat more than you intended of it, to make you want to eat it more often. That would be playing on your addiction to salt, sugar, and fat. I've said before, foods in the standard American diet that are ultra processed are designed, scientifically designed, to make you eat more and want more of it. That's addiction. That's an addictive substance. So on to number 4. Food quality doesn't matter. What's the difference if I make a burger at home or if I just swing through the drive-through? What's the difference if I, have a salad at a restaurant or a salad at home? What's the difference if I, buy organic or don't buy organic? And I don't tell you to buy organic. It's the science is there that the pesticide burden is not really affecting us in the way that, certain people are scare tacticking, going, "Oh, don't ever touch anything that's not organic or grass fed." So those aren't the problems. What matters is the quality of the food. And when I say the quality of the food, I mean, how close is it to its natural state? Is it ultra processed? Does it come in a box or a wrapper? The closer we can get food to its natural state, particularly once you're whole food plant based and you're not paying attention to the animal proteins and dairy and stuff like that, that's what matters. That's what I'm talking about with food quality. Food quality matters. because the higher the quality of the food that you're putting in here, the more this gets out of it. It gets the nutrition it needs. It gets all of the amino acids, all of the proteins, all of the fats, all of the fiber. Americans are fiber deficient. We don't get enough fiber. So the number one thing you can do is start getting fiber in its real source. And fiber only comes from plants. So eat that salad, eat those cucumbers, eat those carrots, put in the nuts and seeds, beans, legumes, all of these things that are plants contain fiber, and as minimally processed as possible. And if you can process it yourself by just chopping it up and putting it in a bowl, perfect. Now remember, I don't preach veganism, vegetarianism. No, I don't. I myself have at least, well, I typically try to keep it to one meal a week, but I have at least one meal a week where I do have meat and dairy and stuff like that because my wife loves tacos. So we have a taco night once a week. Number 5, this is the one that you guys stuck around for. And hey, if you did stick around this long, you know, subscribe to the channel because this is the kind of stuff that you're going to get here. I've researched, as you know, I continue all the time. I'm always listening, always learning. And I'm adding tweaks all the time to continue to lose weight. And not only that, but live a healthy life. So give the old thumbs up, let YouTube know that this old coot might have something nice to share with people, and drop me a comment. Which one of the 5 that you heard today was your favorite, or maybe that thing that you just can't seem to let go of? Number 5, meal timing isn't important. Now, we've all heard the old adage that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, blah, 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 for all these reasons. Many of these reasons were created by the very people that sell breakfast cereal. So I don't say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But what I do know is the science shows us that if you have a meal of, let's say, 700 calories in the morning, it will affect your body differently than that exact same meal, the exact same ingredients in the evening. So meal timing is crucially important. That's why on the blueprint, it's based on king, prince, pauper. Your biggest meal of the day is your early meal for the day. Your second largest is your second meal of the day. And the third meal of the day, the one that tends to be the latest in the day, is very small. It's very tapas-like, to keep with, the Spain theme, because this is Spain Impossible. So meal timing is crucial. And I have tried fasting and intermittent fasting and time restricted eating and all of these things in the past, and I didn't know about the importance of the timing. And that's why those things worked a little bit, but then they didn't work. So I hope you guys got value from this today. Like I said, drop me a comment. Which one of the 5 was like, oh my gosh, I've always believed that? Or, which one was your favorite? Just throw a comment down there. And, if you found value from this, aside from subscribing and liking and maybe sharing this with somebody who needs to hear this kind of stuff, I put the QR code up here, buy me a coffee. I'm putting all this stuff out for free because I don't have anything to sell. You're not going to get a buy my pill. You're not going to get a hop on my masterclass, subscribe, work with me. Well, I can't say work with me for coaching because I'm not resistant to the idea of helping some people one-on-one, and that obviously I would have to make some sort of a charge for, because that would be my own personal time individually with someone. So I can't say that. But I will say that all of the YouTube videos and all of the health resources that are on SpainImpossible.com, I intend fully to keep free, because I believe that this can change others' lives the way that it's changed mine. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. And as always, come along for this journey, because it is going to be one hell of a journey. And it already has. Hasta luego.